Hello everyone, welcome to your second royal reading today here at MadWorldTarot on Good Friday. I have the Lunar Soul Tarot on the tarot table. I'm going to be looking at a Richard Eden story with this tarot deck, and this is a rather odd little story that comes allegedly from one of Harry's closest allies. And Richard Eden goes on to list all the terrible things that have been said about Meghan Markle recently, all the criticism she's received. He's quite gleeful about listing it all in gory detail. And then Richard Eden goes on to say, this is in the Daily Mail, that anyone who hopes all of this will give Harry pause for thought should think again, because the closest ally, one of his closest allies, tells Richard Eden that the barrage of criticism serves only to intensify Harry's loyalty to Meghan. And the ally goes on to say Harry adores her and doesn't think she deserves any of the backlash or criticism. The more people hate her, the more Harry is going to stand by her. He's vowed to always protect the mother of his kids. Now, that, and I was quoting directly, that sounds very like something Meghan Markle might write, don't you think? I think we've seen enough and heard enough of her by now to know her style, or lack of style. So I'm going to have a quick look at this with the Lunar Soul Tarot. I want to know who this closest ally is. Give us a clue, Richard Eden, please. I want to know if Harry was in on this story or whether it possibly came more from Meghan's side of the road. I want to know how Harry feels about Meghan's endeavours and how unsuccessful they are. I want to know how he feels about the criticism. Does he think it's terrible? Poor darling, she doesn't deserve the backlash. I want to know how she responds to criticism. Is it lying on the floor sobbing? I want to know what she does that makes her have this hold over him. Describe that for us. I want to know if he wants to leave. And if he can leave, if it's possible for him to go, or whether it would just make him look like an absolute jerk. If, while she's having all this criticism from Vogue and the Hollywood Reporter and The Cut and Vanity Fair and YouTubers and TikTok people and whoever else, you know, all of that stuff just makes it impossible for him to leave her without looking like a cad. I think cad is a better word. So that's what we're looking at today. And of course, it's tarot for fun and entertainment, or my opinion or speculation. Just read energy here. And of course, disclaimer in the box below. Let's see what's going on. Harry, the more she's criticised, the more loyal he is with a poor little darling. True or not? So let's see what the cards have to tell us. Oh, we've got the Five of Discs in reverse. That's the outcast card, the shunned and rejected card. The Five of Pentacles, Five of Discs, being cast out, blacklisted, shunned, as they most certainly are now in Hollywood. We have heard that they are now trying to investigate. They're asking Oprah and Tyler Perry, people like that, to find out who's behind this shunning, why Hollywood has taken against them. That's the Hollywood has taken against them, and being shunned energy, and really wanting to undo it, wanting to be popular again, wanting to be in the in crowd. But if Harry's behaving at dinner parties like he allegedly did at the dinner party I've just read on in the previous reading, well then, they don't have much hope of being welcomed back into Hollywood high society, in my opinion, of course. So, heart of the reading, what are we dealing with? Another five, and the Five of Wands in reverse. And this is the competition card, the sort of scrappy, up the greasy pole energy, that Meghan is trying her damnedest to get up that greasy pole, but the harder she tries, the more she slides down the greasy pole. She's been over aggressive, over ambitious, and she has failed. And now everybody is out to get her, because, you know, the famous saying, the people you trample on as you go up of the ladder are the same people you meet as you go down the ladder. And she might be getting a bit of that with the Five of Wands in reverse. So much deserved criticism and clap back and some taste of her own medicine inherent in that card. Fives are about conflict and change, and we're dealing with conflict and change for the worse in the Parkle circumstances. So I think we're clear about the kind of energy that we are dipping our toes into today. No, not our Morton toes, just our regular toes. So let's have a look and see if we can find out any hints about who this closest ally, or one of Harry's closest allies, might be, who briefed Richard Eden about how loyal Harry is to the mother of his kids. Who might this person be? Give us a clue. Oh, we've got the Eight of Cups in reverse. This is somebody from the past. This is an old friend, or I'm even getting girlfriend or something like that. I'm getting more female than male energy in that Eight of Cups. Somebody that he might have left. I'm not getting family. Somebody that he might have left at some stage, who still has a little bit of a soft spot for him. Because the Eight of Cups in reverse is that you're kind of stuck in a sad place and you can't quite let go of an old wound or an ache or a heartache or something like that. So it's that kind of person. Interesting. I'm not getting a PR person. How involved was Harry in this? How did he authorize this little tidbit to Richard Eden, or is it more coming from Madame? This is not Madame, just by the way. So I want to know how involved was Harry in it. And we've got the Fool, and it's the Fool in reverse. And I would say this is Harry's energy more than Meghan's energy, and that he wants the story told from his point of view. Because the Fool he is the one who set off, remember? We've got the setting off energy here. Left that little crab behind. Remember little crabs? Oh, they have long memories, little crabs. Never forget. Never, never, never forget a wound. And he left. And this is, he was foolish, and he will never have access to that person again. He's not going to get this chance around again. And for some reason, because it's been so foolish and so stupid, and there's regret in the Fool in reverse, there is some kind of need to express this and to make this known, that you can say as nasty things as you like about my wife, but I'm going to stick with her, and the nastier you get about her, the more loyal I'm going to be, because I promised. And it's kind of, you know, the last refuge of whoever, however that saying goes. The scoundrel clings to, and this is kind of last refuge. I'm going to prove I'm honourable by sticking with her. Whatever you naysayers have to say back over there. It's odd energy. It's like he's been talking to someone, like a friend, a female friend or an ex or someone like that. And you all doubted this, but I'm here. I'm going to stick it out because I promised. Weird energy, very weird. So let's move away from that weird energy and let us see how he actually feels about Meghan and all her failed endeavours, and herself just generally, whatever cards want to tell us. Got the Hierophant in reverse, yeah. Ah, dear. It's the royals, of course, the Hierophant, as I say eternally when I get that card and it's in reverse. We left the royal family for this chaos. We broke all the rules. We trampled all over my heritage and the establishment, and we were this reckless and this rebellious, the fool, for this jam, and it's not even jam. On Pa's making good old-fashioned raspberry jam at Highgrove and selling it for cheaper in his shop and being sold out constantly because now everyone wants to buy the king's jam. This, really? It's also the marriage card, and it's in reverse, just by the way. So I don't think he's impressed at all with the way things have gone. How does he truly, honestly, in his heart of hearts, feel about this criticism of her? And it is extraordinary. Any normal person would collapse under the weight of it and have to get therapy and never show their faces in public again. But Meghan, she's so thick-skinned, like a cockroach. She just crawls on and on in the kitchen, under the fridge. How does he really feel about the criticism? I'm in it with her. Two of Wands. Her criticism is my criticism. We are a partnership. Not a lovey-dovey couple, but we are a partnership, Two of Wands. This is my lot. I made this pact with her. There's the Ginger Whinger. I mean, there he is. We were going to conquer the world, or at least the Commonwealth and the United States. But quite hasn't happened yet. Maybe it will still. But I packed my little bag, my little knapsack, and I set off with her. And so here I am still. And you could, commend the loyalty in it. But as I say, I think it's the last refuge of a scoundrel. This loyalty, I don't think it's coming from the right place. That is my personal opinion. So let's move on to Madame. How does she respond to criticism? What happens when the latest issue of Vanity Fair arrives hand-delivered to Mudslide Mansion and she reads about herself in it? Or Graydon Carter has a go, or somebody like that. There's much weeping and there's lamentations, King of Cups in reverse, emotions that are out of control. She gives free rein to the emotional storms. There's tears, there's shouting, there's weeping, bouncing off the walls. I think there's a lot of blame aimed at the royals because we know who the Kings of Cupses are. William, King Charles, all of them, Daddy, any of them that she can blame, she will blame. It's spectacular, I would say, amounts of volatility and drama, but tears particularly being cups. So how does this affect Harry? What is the hold that she has over him that teases out this loyalty? And I'm seeing it in this reading. I had my doubts when I read this. I thought, nah, come on, Richard Eden, you're making stuff up. What's the hold she has over him? How does it go? Magician in reverse. Ooh, spooky stuff. Yeah, it's manipulative. The magician is very manipulative, has all kinds of secret powers, master of the dark arts, and I'm being only half sort of snarky when I say that, when the magician is in the reverse. It's the trickster. She plays on all his fears. She plays up to all his fears. She twists him round her finger. She manipulates. She conjures. She controls. She plots and she conspires. And it's darker than that. I don't want to get too dark on this reading, particularly not on Good Friday. But it's a very dark energy that's actually coming through for me in that card. And you can supply the level of darkness and the level of dark arts, for lack of a better word, that might be applied to make him feel so guilty, make him feel that this is his bad luck too, this is his lot in life that he's stuck with, and that he can't leave her because somehow it's his fault. That's how it's playing out to me. The Magician is one of my least favorite cards in the tarot. at an archetypal level. And when I learned tarot, I met all of these archetypes. That might sound a bit strange, but many years ago, when I first embarked on this adventure, I met them all, and that one is as slippery as all hell. Just saying, upright or in reverse. So, okay, let's move on to Harry wanting to leave, not being able possibly to leave. Does he want to leave, really, in his heart of hearts? And I've got Wu Wei, which is the go with the flow card. It's one of these extras that some of these newish sort of tarot decks have, and this is a new major arcana. It's a go with the flow card, and its resistance is futile because it's in reverse. That little card can't basically just do what he wants to do, which would be stepping into the river and just letting the river take him where he wants to go. He's resisting all the time. He's resisting. It's very interesting that this is showing up because it's really profound in this context. He's resisting the thing that is really right for him. So he's absolutely struggling against what his heart is telling him to do. And the more he resists, the more difficult his life is going to get, as we saw possibly at the dinner party, where he had a very bad trip and had to be talked down and very embarrassed the next day and all the rest of it, allegedly, previous reading. So that's interesting. So I'm asking, does he want to go? The card is telling me this very interesting new major arcana card in this particular Lunar Soul Tarot, telling me he should go. He should just surrender to the fates and to the momentum in his life, but he's going to resist it with every fiber of his being. So this is a bit redundant, the next question. Is he able to go? But let's just see what the cards have to tell us. High Priestess in reverse, similar to the Magician in reverse. I was going to actually reference the High Priestess in this card, and then I thought, nah. But here it is, sitting right next to it. No, he's not able to go. If it was upright, he would be following his intuition, and he would be following his own inner guidance, and he would be doing what is right for him and right for the circumstances and possibly right for everyone in the circumstances. But he's again resisting his own inner guidance, High Priestess in reverse, and he could also be susceptible to outer guidance that is not operating for his highest good. Please refer back to everything I said about the Magician in reverse and apply it equally to the High Priestess in reverse. He is being controlled in ways that he can possibly not imagine or is blissfully unaware of. That, I have to stress, is my opinion. He really is well and truly caught in this mess. Well and truly. All my opinion, all tarot, all entertainment purposes. You know the drill. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.